If you're using EntreCulturas, you have access to authentic resources, real-world tasks, and performance assessments. But you also have so many additional resources right at your fingertips. These resources can be found in the content at the front of the textbook or ebook, in the appendices, and online. And they're available for both the teacher and student. So let's take a closer look. Here are some key features from the introduction to the teacher edition of EntreCulturas that you might find useful. You'll find the scope and sequence across all three levels, and EntreCulturas 4 has its own scope and sequence. At the heart of EntreCulturas is the concept of interculturality, which is integrated throughout every aspect of the series, from the resources to the authenticity of the tasks to assessments. In the introduction of the teacher's edition of the text, we elaborate on what it means to cultivate interculturality. Also, explore the examples of Mi Progreso Intercultural that highlight what students can do as they develop an intercultural mindset through knowing myself, exploring communities, and engaging with the world. This introduction section also provides supports for various instructional practices, such as staying in the target language and providing comprehensible input, integrating differentiated instruction, engaging heritage learners too. You'll also find overviews of how EntreCulturas teaches vocabulary and context, as well as grammar as a concept in contextual settings. And we wrap this up with an overview of performance assessments and rubrics. More information on these is provided online on the Learning site, which we'll look at a little later in this segment. To get a clear picture of how each unit of the text is structured, there are overview frames for each component. The cultural introduction, vocabulary, grammar, and formative and summative assessments. Many of these supports are also available in the student edition, including a collection of expressions to use in the classroom. There are 8 appendices at the end of the teacher edition of EntreCulturas, which provide supports for teachers and students alike. Appendix A provides a list of all the can-do statements in each unit, sorted by Mi Progreso Comunicativo and Mi Progreso Intercultural. Rubrics for the summative assessment of each unit, plus holistic and analytic rubrics for formative assessments, are found in Appendix B. Appendix C includes correlations to the AB and IB course themes. These first 3 appendices are also found in the student edition of EntreCulturas. Appendix D provides teachers with transcripts of all the audio and video resources, and Appendix E provides answer keys to the various activities. Appendix F highlights strategies for building comprehensible input and output, followed by suggested instructional strategies for specific activities in the text. Other resources teachers find useful are Appendix G as well as Appendix H, an index of grammar and learning strategies videos. Most of these resources are also available digitally, both as appendices in the online textbook, the FlexText, and in the Recursos folder on Explorer. For students, there is a folder with all of the summative and formative rubrics, blank graphic organizers that students can type on, typable maps of the Spanish-speaking world, and the can-do statements. There are also the grammar and learning strategies videos across all 3 levels of EntreCulturas. For teachers, we have all that plus a teachers only folder with items like midterm and final exam materials, guidelines for incorporating performance assessments into instruction and scoring using rubrics, answer keys and audio scripts, proficiency trackers for each unit and for the entire school year, plus a variety of other resources teachers find useful. As you can see, some of the resources are available in both the textbook and online, but the online folder contains a few more items. So don't overlook what's at the beginning of the textbook, what's at the end, or what's online.